Our cover story tonight is about elections and social media. They go hand in hand for any modern-day politician. In this election season, social media is the most valuable and effective tool in the hands of political parties. Millions of Indians are online now. India has the most number of Facebook and WhatsApp users. It's a fact that cannot be ignored. Social media can influence the choice of the voter, and it does. But what happens if someone decides to play dirty? What happens when a foreign power decides to influence voters during an election using social media? It has happened in America. It can happen in India too. The threat is real. Our story tonight is about a Chinese company that pumped in crores of rupees to advertise political stories on Facebook. Just before India goes to the polls, Facebook has pulled down 11,000 such ads. All of these ads were published by a Facebook page, one page. And this page belonged to a Chinese company, a Chinese app, Hilo. Now, Hilo describes itself as a social app, and it has crores of users. It is owned by ByteDance, the same company that owns the famous short video app TikTok, also a controversial app. These ads were completely political in nature. They feature India's political parties. They talk about issues of national importance, polarizing views about contemporary subjects, very, very charged and political. According to reports, Hilo spent nearly 8 crore rupees on the Facebook platform alone to run these ads. Facebook, as I said, has taken them down. Why? Because these ads do not adhere to Facebook's ad transparency rules. Basically, Facebook is just playing safe. Since the election meddling episode in America, Facebook has introduced tougher rules for political advertising on its platform. If you want to run such an ad on Facebook now, you must disclose who is paying for this ad. And that is the real question. Who is financing this campaign? Was ByteDance, the Chinese company that owns Hilo, the financer? Or was it someone else who was paying Hilo to run these ads? Either way, ByteDance has been caught red-handed. The BJP has now written to the Election Commission of India, and they say that Hilo is carrying out a disinformation campaign against the party. The BJP wants action against ByteDance. So far, ByteDance has had a successful run in India. They have millions of users around the world. One report has called this company the most valuable startup in the world. Its net worth is pegged at $75 billion. This company has issued a statement. It says the political advertising accounts for less than 1% of content of their platform. Hilo has also said that they will not run any more political ads in this election season. That is the sum and substance of their defense. But this is just one case. And this is a story that cannot be ignored ahead of such a crucial election in India. What has made this matter worse and more intense is Facebook's crackdown. On Monday, the company removed more than 700 groups, accounts and pages from India. Facebook had to do it. It has been under immense pressure from lawmakers to clean up. Interestingly, both the Congress and the BJP, the top two parties in the country, are at the receiving end of this crackdown. Facebook says that it took down 687 pages and accounts. The company said that these accounts, these pages, belong to the Congress IT cell. They had more than 2 lakh followers. The Congress has denied all of this. 15 pages that were taken out belonged to a company called Silver Touch. Now, they had more than 26 lakh followers, much bigger than the Congress following. Silver Touch has been linked to the BJP. It is the company that is believed to have created the Narendra Modi app, the Namo app. All of these accounts were engaged in political advertising. They were using the Facebook ad service. One side was pro-BJP, the other side was pro-Congress. They're all in it. The story doesn't end there. Even the Pakistani military, it turns out, had set up accounts for a disinformation campaign. Facebook also removed more than 100 such assets. They were all linked to the media wing of the Pakistani army. Facebook says that the people behind these accounts attempted to conceal their activity, to hide their activity. An internal investigation has found that all of these users were employees of the inter-service public relations of the Pakistani military. Just like the earlier instances, these accounts had massive followings. They were spread across Facebook and Instagram. They had more than 2 million followers, and they spent more than $1,000 for a boost. These reports should worry all of us. Social media is very powerful and seemingly all-pervasive. It influences our choices, both political and otherwise. And we are heading into what has been described, what has been called India's first social media election. The rules of the game have changed completely, but India's election watchdog is still playing catch-up. Going by the book, going by the rules, the model code of conduct and rules for political advertising also apply to ads on social media. All major social media platforms can only accept pre-certified political ads in India. That is what the rule says. They must share how much political parties are spending on their ads. And no ads can run 48 hours before polling in a particular constituency. But 7 days ago, the Bombay High Court was not happy with what the Election Commission has done. It pulled up the Election Commission. It said that the EC had failed to issue directions to regulate political advertisement on social networking sites. There is no let-up in the spending on social media in India. Political parties are aggressively using these platforms. Here are some numbers from the month of March, and this should give you an idea. The BJP, we understand, has a clear lead on social media. They spent more than 2 crores on Facebook ads alone. The Congress and their affiliates are not even in the second place. They spent just a little more than 10 lakh rupees on Facebook. Regional parties are bullish on social media ad spend. Collectively, they have spent nearly 20 lakhs on Facebook ads so far. These numbers will only continue to grow in the coming weeks. Foreign meddling in elections is as old as the hills. For decades, governments around the world have sought to install leaders or parties of their choice in countries of interest to them. Foreign meddling through social media has swung key votes, be it Brexit or the elections in the US, France or Germany. Take a look.
Politicians in the United States have often accused Russia of propping up Donald Trump's 2016 campaign. But the US itself is guilty of meddling in countless elections around the world, overtly through its policy of regime change and covertly by other means. From Latin America to Africa, the US is alleged to have influenced election outcomes in the garb of promoting democracy. The National Endowment for Democracy, founded in 1983 by Ronald Reagan, is widely seen as a CIA front. With technology, though, coupled with the advent of social media, the methods of interfering in or manipulating an election have become sophisticated and cost-effective all at once. If it was money or muscle power before, now it is influence campaigns to mold public opinion for or against a candidate or party. As social media grows in size, reach and influence, it is increasingly being abused using a combination of methods ranging from fake news and disinformation to bots. A bot is a software program used to mimic humans. It can be programmed to like, share or even post comments on specific posts.
That was a big mistake.
Facebook and Twitter are guilty of malpractices, not all of their own making though. These social media giants have been abused by unscrupulous entities to manipulate outcomes. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg said last year that his company had identified and removed fake accounts ahead of elections in France, Germany, Mexico and Brazil. Zuckerberg also said, and I quote, "We found and taken down foreign influence campaigns from Russia and Iran attempting to interfere in the US, Britain, Middle East and elsewhere, as well as groups in Mexico and Brazil that have been active in their own country." Facebook's chief operating officer Sheryl Sandberg fears that the attempts to manipulate public opinion would likely become more sophisticated to evade Facebook's scrutiny. More recently, Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen accused China of disinformation to influence voters and prop up candidates sympathetic to Beijing. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
It's called weaponization of social media. This too is a weapon of mass destruction, may we add, the destruction of democracy. It would suit countries like China to have a weak government in Delhi. Here's hoping that India's watchdog and systems are equipped to prevent something like this, to ensure that we do not have a made in China government.